Hello and welcome students to today's class of fashion designing. I'm Abhishek and today's topic will be oiling and caring of sewing machine. So a fashion designer must understand that sewing machine is a very important tool. It helps you assemble the pieces of your garment to create a fine dress. And to take care of your sewing machine, you need to properly oil it, keep it away from dust, and some basic other step that we learn in today's class. So see, there are different kinds of sewing machine. Some are used in the industry, some are used in homes, and some are used by tailors in boutique. All these kinds of machinery have different level of finesse and a different level of system within them. Students, you must listen to this lesson very carefully. Sewing machine is a very important part of your syllabus and you need to understand what is the mechanism of it and how to take care of your machine. There are different kinds of sewing machine. Some are used in industry, some are used by the tailors in boutique, and some are available for normal household purposes. These machines have different level of complexity and provide different level of finesse in different garments that we create. Accordingly, each machine require a very special care. Each machine have a different kind of oil depending on the brand and the model, and we need to use specifically that oil to lubricate your machine to keep it running very smoothly. Now if you have any doubts, please comment them below so that I can take up the next class as a doubt class where all the comments that you have made, all the doubts you have, I'll be clearing those up. And now, the first thing you need to understand is that you need to keep your machine covered. One of the ways of caring for your sewing machine is by keeping the machine covered when you're not using it. You should be extremely careful of keeping the machine away from any kinds of dust, lint, or small pieces of cloth. The second step is removal of lint. You see, sewing machine is something that is used a lot of times. You should take advocate measure to properly clean it as and when the time permits. The thread which is used should also be changed on a regular basis. However, this is never enough. A lot of lint builds up, and that is the reason some extra care is required. In order to ensure that the lint is removed and maximum benefit can be derived from the sewing machine, you need compressed air. If you're simply blowing over your machine by your mouth, you are also giving out some extra moisture which is simply causing problem to your machine. You see, machine is made up of metal and metal is always eroded by the humidity and the moisture in the air. So you need compressed air to clean it so that your machine is not harmed in any way. For the removal of lint, compressed air is the best option. However, you need to take a few precautions like keeping the nozzle at least 4 inches away from the machine. Now, like every other machine, this machine also needs proper care in each and every part of it. So you should clean one part of the machine at a time. It is very important that different parts of machine are first disassembled and then you are cleaning each and every part of it. Like at first, you're taking out the throat plate, you're cleaning it up, and then you're putting it back in the place. Next, you're taking out your needle, you're cleaning it, and you're putting it back in the place. This way, you're not causing any damage to the machine, you're not forgetting which part goes where. Each part is getting special care and it is completely getting cleaned up. Next thing you need to keep in mind is that you need to change your needles on a regular basis. If you fail to do the same, the needle will not be able to do the task appropriately. You see, each time the needle goes in and out of the fabric, each time it is being used, it is facing frictional damage, which at some point will cause the needle to break. Therefore, you should regularly change your needle. Now the most important thing is that you need to oil your machine regularly. In order to maintain the machine and get the most benefit out of it in the long run, you should keep your machine oiled. You need to do it at regular intervals. There are many internal parts that needs proper lubrication. In case if you're facing any kind of serious damage that you cannot easily repair, you need to take the service of a professional. When it's time for your machine to get repairs done, take help of a professional only. If you do otherwise, there could be serious problems with your machine. Wipe your machine after each and every use. Sometimes we don't realize, but simple steps like this will help your machine in the long run and will keep it running very smoothly and properly. Wiping your machine will not only keep it clean, but it will keep your machine running like a new one. While oiling your machine, you need to make sure that the oil that you're using is made specifically for your machine, the brand of the machine and the model of the machine, and then use the user manual to study which oil should be used. Different oil have different kinds of densities and different kinds of purposes, so make sure which machine oil you are using to keep your machine lubricated. In case you have used a lot of oil which was not intended for your machine, just drop kerosene oil, one drop, in the oil holes of your machine, and that will help the machine to get back to its normal state. Another thing to keep in mind is that regularly check your machine if there are any small pieces of cloths or broken threads being stuck at any part of the machine. You see, machine regularly works with fabric, with threads, and it is very easy to clog up dust in different parts of machine, so you need to keep checking for it. The vital area for such clogging is near the bobbin case. Now, as I said before, there are different kinds of machines. Some are used in the factories, in the industries, some are used in boutiques by the tailors, and some are used in household work. So different kinds of machine require different kinds of care, and if you're using a manual machine, you also need to take care of the wheel. There's a rope that goes from your machine to the wheel under the machine where you are using your feet to run the machine. That rope should be checked if it is damaged by friction or any other thing. Now, the basic funda for taking care of a sewing machine is simple. You need to keep it clean, you need to keep it lubricated, you need to keep it away from any kind of damage or anything that may cause it damage. I hope that this class has helped you understand some of the best yet effective ways of taking care of your sewing machine. Small steps taken will really help in keeping the machine clean and keeping it good and maintained in the long run. These steps must be well understood by each and every student, and if you have any kind of doubt, please comment below. I'll be taking the next class answering your question, your doubts. Now, a small assignment for you. Write down 10 steps for proper care of sewing machine. This will help you answer your questions in the exam. Thank you, student. I'll see you as soon as possible.